Of course, at first glance, the book of Jonah may not seem to be able to carry all that weight of conviction. We may want to just leave it as a children's story, but we cannot. We cannot for one reason above all the others. Jonah is Jesus' primary metaphor for the mystery of resurrection. In Matthew 12:39, Jesus is confronted by some Pharisees who are trying to trick him, to destroy him. They ask for signs from him, and he answers saying, "An evil and adulterous generation asks for a sign, but no sign will be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah." Jesus repeats the same sentence to some Pharisees in Matthew 16:4. The same story is told in chapter 11 of the Gospel of Luke. Like Jonah, 3 days imprisoned in the belly of the whale, Jesus was 3 days in the tomb. Jonah was then given new life and a mission to complete for God, and so Jesus raised up, affirmed God's work through him. So let's ponder this. Jesus' promise of new life, our becoming a new creation, is best summarized by being swallowed up and spit out by a great big fish and taken someplace we'd rather not go. Honestly, thinking about that can feel like we're in the belly of a whale, lost in darkness, until we realize that only when we are swallowed up by something like death itself, often despite ourselves, perhaps even while we're sulking and angry, that only then can we break from our past and our new beginnings can begin. In Philippians 3, Paul wrote about breaking from the past. "I gave up all that inferior stuff so I could know Christ personally, experience his resurrection power, and be a partner in his suffering, and go all the way with him to death itself. If there was any way to get into the resurrection from the dead, I wanted to do it." Paul isn't just writing about physical death. He's referring to our recreating in our lives the patterns of Jesus' life and resurrection so that we may better understand and live into resurrection life. What's that pattern? Well, our souls are always freed and formed and reformed through dying and rising. That's what we mean when we use words like conversion and transformation. Old ways must die to be raised to new life.